Oh, hi, hi, hello. I'm live and stuff. This is being recorded. I'm just going around to share my stream. Thank you for having patience. We can maybe have some fun stuff done tonight. All right, so tonight, what are we doing tonight? It's just like a Thursday night. The crypto market has been not fun today. There's been a lot of dipping. I kind of fear for what's going on right now with BTC. BTC is falling. Not great. But yeah, we're um, we're gonna try and chart some stuff out anyway. So let me just do a few more things. And anyway, so here we go. We are going to just get right into it. So earlier we were doing the KuCoin futures. I'm still going to be looking at that stuff, but I figured we would also take a look at some more things. The great news is I was able to fix up my Voyager account, which is awesome. So since I got the Voyager account all set up, um, I finally was able to move coin into areas where I can start trading again. KuCoin is one of that. So right now I have $700 in my futures account. And if I find something I like, we're going to go for it. And you're going to just see the whole idea behind this is so you can see what I'm doing. So I jumped into a future earlier. It was this guy right here. All right, I jumped into the BTC futures. I think it was this one. Yeah, BTC, the regular futures, and I lost $10 and I just left it. I would have lost a lot more, so I'm actually really glad of what I wound up doing. So let's go see because the market, not really happy with the market right now, just the way it's acting. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna just kind of do what we did earlier. Can be a little boring at times. Sorry, that's how charting is. Um, yeah, let's have a look. So we did Boson. We did a whole bunch of stuff earlier. BTC, Solana. We did Matic. We did Ethereum. We did Litecoin. Let's see. We'll move this over here. This can be smaller. And we'll see what kind of fun we can have. Let's see. There we go. How about that? So Bosun's looking pretty chill. It's at the top of this triangle right now. If we go out further. So now this would be a great area to set a put in hopes that this goes back down. Right now the market is just so wonky. I don't have another word for it really. It's just a little like I'm unsure of things and wonky. And what do we do when we're unsure, kids? We stay the hell out of the market because there's always going to be another day that's great where you can make crazy money. So if today's not that day, tonight's not that night, so be it. But I at least am going to record this so we can get an idea of what's going on. Why don't we have a look at some regular stuff instead of the futures? BTC has fallen. So this is important. Okay. This is real important actually. Now, I know a lot of people like to talk about news. I know a lot of people like to talk about um, all kinds of different stuff that moves coin. In reality, we don't know what's going to move coin. So, to me, most of the time, at least, I don't care about all that. All I care about is literally looking at the chart. That's it. Whatever the chart is trying to tell me is literally what I'm looking after. And right now, this is the first time, and it could be a reversal. That's why it's a little bit scary. So it could be a reversal of BTC. So this has been an uptrend. It's been an uptrend, and it's been on continuation now for quite some time, since September. If we get a little bit closer, we're going to see that it was kind of broken. We can move this a little bit. We can move this here. So we can say it's potentially not broken. Remember, whenever you're charting, it's totally up to the chartist to see, to feel how they feel about what they're seeing. So there is no right and wrong. But this definitely, I don't know, man. Looks like a little bit of trouble if you're asking me. We hit this here, and for now, as you can see, everything follows it. Everything follows BTC, okay? BTC is the master. Let's look at some other stuff. Mask. Matic. Let's see. Solana. Now, yesterday, of course, we did have the Solana breakouts, and the Solana breakouts worked out really well. We did those on future, on the KuCoin futures, and that worked out great. Really great, actually. Cynics. Now, let's see. What could be cool with something about SNX? So, SNX is at the bottom right now of this triangle. It's almost a wedge. It's more of a triangle. But what we could do is right now, we could place a long on that, and we could just hope that this is a bounce. As you can see, it kind of didn't work out that way previously. So this was a little bit of bounce. Again, just a little bit of bounce. So in this case, sadly, it looks like I don't think I'm going to go for that one either. Now remember, for the scalping stuff, oh, look what we missed here. What did we miss? Uni, nice breakout. Oh, well, I guess we didn't miss it, but it's been just nice and horizontal, huh? Okay. Let's keep going. That. Now that's a solid breakout. So that broke out. A lot of the stuff I have to catch back up on. So that broke out end of September. Yeah, and it's looking pretty good. So this would be considered, so that right there, okay, perfect. I can show you guys. That is a solid reversal. Now this is what happens with the reversals, okay? With the reversals, basically what's happening is there's a trend, okay? The most important thing that you can look for in a coin or a stock or anything is which direction it's in. Uptrend, downtrend. Finding that out is literally the number one most important thing when you are trying to do stuff like scalping and that kind of thing, okay? The most important thing, everything else comes secondary. Find your uptrend, find your downtrend. If you're still on that trend, the more touches on the line, the stronger it is. That's usually what they teach anyway. So if we look, we can consider this 3 touches almost. It's definitely 2. It's definitely 2. It looks strong enough to be a reversal. So what that means is this was a solid downtrend. Let's build a box. I'm going to show you guys how we build these boxes for trends. Okay, check it out. So we're going to go to the day, and we're going to go out here, and we are going to box the trends. So you can also do it this way. You don't like the trend lines? Okay, trend lines are not your friend, huh? So what we can do then is we can box. Bob and weave. All right, so let's make some boxes. And by what I mean by boxes is we can start building. So you see how that's an uptrend? That's a box. This is kind of a horizontal consolidation box. Uptrends we're going to put in green. Consolidation can be in blue, okay? Actually, we're going to move this consolidation. Consolidation can be in blue. This is a downtrend. What's a downtrend, everybody? Red. Good answer, guys. Good answer. I knew you were smart. And finally, this is an uptrend. So this is another way. If you don't like dealing with the lines, this is another way that you can piece together. So here we go. You can piece together what kind of trend your stock is on. When it reaches certain points, this is called tweezers. You see this tweezers right here? This is a tweezers candlestick, okay? We'll get into candlesticks one day. But basically, if you box all of your stuff up and you can see the trend, what you can do in the future is you can then say, well, I want to place an order, but I don't know if I should. What would help you with that decision? Well, if you're placing a long or a bull order, you want to make sure that the trend you're on is still going up, right? Build these boxes. These boxes will help you decide if you're going to place that order or not. So in other words, let's say we were in this type of area right here, okay? Let's say we're here, all right? And let's just say that's as far as we've got. We don't know all this other info yet. So what we would do is we want to place an order. And we decide, yeah, I want to place a short. What would give us confirmation is to go in close and to see, well, if I want to place that short, am I on a downtrend? This is what we can figure out and ask ourselves. Am I on a downtrend? Is it worth it? Because if you're not on a downtrend, you shouldn't be placing your short. Same thing with an uptrend. You shouldn't be placing your long if you're not actually in the long environment. These are also like patterns within the patterns. So this is the kind of stuff that if you look for and you find, it's very helpful to you as a trader to help you make money. There's like a whole list before you place an order. Is the volume at a right level? Are you on the correct trend? Does news have anything to say with it? There's this whole list you can go over. I actually used to have it. But basically, if you want to ask yourself all these questions before you place an order, that's called being a defensive trader. And defensive trading works. Okay? Defensive trading and charting works. Okay, I'm here to tell you that. But what you could do is when you identify these reversals, you then place your orders. So if you identified this tweezer pattern, for instance, I think it was actually probably further out. So that's a tweezer on the day. So what you would do is you would then see it start to grow a little bit, right? Well, usually they do this thing and it's actually called candle confirmation. So they teach it a lot of different ways, but basically what they try to do is they try to show you specific candles are actually, once you see like a certain powerful bull candle, since this is on an uptrend, that would be considered confirmation. After you have confirmation, you can consider that you're in a reversal, so you place your order. So let's look. That would be confirmation. We see there's a reversal, but that doesn't mean it's going to continue up, especially since we don't know it's an uptrend. But since you've identified the reversal, if you're being aggressive, you can place an order here. Now, if you placed an order there and waited, actually, we still don't know. This could still be going up. But if you placed an order and waited, this is how you would have made out. 20%. Okay? Not bad. 20%. So if you put $100 right there, as of right now, you'd have 120. Cool. So you can also build these boxes. So again, let's go back to our BTC, because this is what I'm trying to say about BTC. This could be a reversal. And that could be a very dangerous thing. We're actually literally teetering on the secondary trend. Because of that, I'm kind of leery to place any orders. Sometimes with crypto, especially, this is not always the way it is with stocks, but with crypto, sometimes there's days where you just shouldn't trade. You should just chill, because you are more than likely, the market is so volatile, and I say this nonstop, the market in crypto is so volatile, it might not be worth it to even try and just skip it. Go to a stock, go do something else. And we're going to do stocks sometimes. I know crypto's real popular. I enjoy crypto a lot. That's why we're doing crypto. But we will definitely do stocks one day. So this could be, to me, in my opinion, that this is a possible reversal sign. Okay, we could be now headed down with Bitcoin when we have been, and I'm not saying it will, I'm saying it's possible. We've got to keep ourselves open to all possibilities. The fact of the matter is, we still are just touching this trend. Okay, we're still on the secondary trend, meaning it's not completely broken yet, meaning there's no reason to sound the alarm, but it's getting close. And getting close means that we should be watching it. And if it's something that we're watching, it means we should also pay attention to whatever other securities we're either trying to get in on or thinking about it. Yeah, it's a lot of choices you get to make. I'm going to go back real quick to my futures. I'm going to just take a look around to see if there's anything worthwhile. We did these futures earlier. If you have KuCoin has a great program called Futures. I use a thing called Futures Lite. That's actually what's in the corner here. It allows you to place orders. Long means you think it's going to go up. Short means you think it's going to go down. And you can put leverage on that. I tell newbies, definitely do not go over 5x. 1 to 5x, you're safe. Anything above that, don't do it. Some of these you can go up to 100x. So let's take a look around. This could have been possibly a good short right here with Litecoin. So you see how it is moving inside of this consolidation triangle, down, back up a little bit, down, up a little bit. Well, what happens? It goes up a little bit. We would now normally expect this to go back down. So you could place a short, and let me just show you how to do that. Okay. So what you would do, or what I do, I should say, what I do in order to place these orders. I know I'm trying to be very specific with the types of things that I say. Because again, this is no way financial advice, and I don't want you to take it as. So this is what I would do. So here's Litecoin. You bring it up in your Futures Lite. Okay. So let's say I think it's going to go down. Okay. I'm going to put 500 USD, $500. We'll just say 10 times. Now this one goes all the way up to 20. We'll say 10 times, and then I would click this button for short. Okay, and it gives you all the information here, but I would click the short button. It would then ask me for my password or whatever, or like a 6-button password. But anyway, after that happens, it goes into like a little open order section, and you can follow. And the further down it goes, the further down it goes, the more money you make. That's what happens when you do short. What's the opposite with long? You click long, and that bad boy goes up. That's how you make money. You can lose money faster based on the multiplier, and that's why I say for noobs, definitely don't go over 5x. I usually don't even go over 10 or 20. 10 is usually my max because you can get liquidated. Liquidated means that I would lose the entire $500 if it reaches a certain point. It means KuCoin wipes out your money. That's why it's so dangerous. Okay, so be careful doing that. Let's keep taking a look around. Because again, I'm not trying to scare anybody to not do it, but if you are new, it's not something that you should be trying to jump on and figure out immediately. Take your time. I know we've got a few people in the room, so what's going on, guys? The comment section is open. If anybody else, if you want to chart anything, if you want to ask any questions, that's what I'm here for. Just kind of hanging out tonight. I'm going to be on and off with this. You guys are more than welcome to hang out. But I'm just going to kind of I might look at some news articles. I might do some things. But I'm just basically doing what I would normally do and broadcasting it. So I'll probably, once I reach a half an hour, we're 20 minutes now. Once I reach a half an hour, I'll take a break for about 20 minutes, maybe a half an hour, and then back on for another half an hour, just so you can see, you can operate with me on what I'm doing. We're not going to probably see a lot of price action tonight, sadly, because a lot of this stuff follows BTC. So yeah, the BTC future, yeah, it's kind of boring. It's the way some of this stuff goes. Let's see how SHIB's doing. Man, look at all that. So I'm sure, as you've heard before, SHIB was something that we charted a while back. Made a whole buttload of cash the other week when it exploded. I know some members did pretty well. So right now, SHIB, so I said it was going to be in this consolidation tunnel for a while, and man, let me tell you, it is really in there doing a whole lot of nothing. Maybe that'll change one day, but you see I have these alarms set up. I'm sure I've been repeating myself through these videos, but I figure some of the stuff I really want to repeat so it sticks with you guys. But this consolidation tunnel is in the, you see the blue lines? So blue line, blue line. So in other words, price is staying between those two lines, right? So what's important to me, since it's so wrapped up in that area, I want to be notified when it gets outside of the tunnel. That's what these alarms are for. So I built an alarm up top and an alarm at the bottom. But DeMarco, how do you set up these alarms that you speak of? Let me show you. On TradingView, if you go to the price on the side, this whole section where you can do this like zoom, a plus is going to show up. Click the plus, add alert. Now you can set up your alerts in different ways. See all this stuff? You can even place your orders actually with that. But adding the alert, boom, that's it. So once it breaches that, it'll go off, it'll notify me, and then we can check out to see what it's doing. That is one of the ones that we just did the boxes. So yeah, guys, just not a whole lot going on. Raven coin, let's see. It's going into consolidation. So it looks like there's not a whole bunch going on tonight, at least right now. What I'll probably do is I'll probably close up shop a little bit early unless anybody has any questions or wants to chat or whatever. But for right now, there's just really not a whole lot going on, which means I can't place orders. I can't really show you the inner workings of that. I'd really like to, just so you can see what it looks like. You know when to get in, when to get out, that kind of thing. For right now, it's really just not a whole lot going on. Let's see, we can build a little bit on this. So CKB's not really doing too much. Yeah, nothing crazy. This is also what it's good to have different people to help you with this for, because you can have different people with different strengths doing different things. So I'm a chartist, for example. Somebody else might be good with volume detection. Somebody else might be good with news. When you add that stuff together, you can really form powerful versions of getting what you want out of your trades. And that's what I like to do. I like to just sometimes combine my skills with somebody else's and try to really make a few big bucks. Oh, here's something interesting that happened. So I made this resistance line. This is so important why we make this resistance. And you can always find resistance. I'm not really going to explain it too much tonight, but you can always see resistance as one of the last peaks in your chart. I'll try to explain that again. So you see how we're charting, how this was charted? Well, one of the last highest peaks, the closest highest peak, is typically going to be your new resistance line. Let's see if we can figure that out on something else. Let's see, US. Okay, here's another one. So resistance. This is where we are now. Since this is part of the consolidation, can you guess? Can you guys guess where it would be? Any idea? So, right here. So to me, for EOS, this is the regular EOS. For EOS, until price touches this line, to me, that is the current resistance line, current minor resistance. Major resistance is this one right here. Okay, but since that's later on, that can't be broken first, right? It's not possible. It's impossible to break the 6.4 before we break the 5.4. The 5.4 is definitely going to get broken first. So, yeah. So this is a natural consolidation area, right? So even if you don't have a pattern, you can build these consolidation areas and learn about what's inside of them. And then when price leaves the consolidation area, you can start to look for new patterns. You can retest. You can do all kinds of things, but so long as it's inside consolidation, it means nobody's in control. It means nothing major has happened. And tonight just so happens to look like one of those nights where not a lot's going on. And you know what? That's part of trading. Patience, knowing when to just not place orders, because you're probably not going to get too far with them, and you know what's the point? I'm in this to make money. So okay, now that somebody else might just want to have fun, go nuts, go crazy, place orders all you like. I'm just speaking from my personal experience. I want to make $1. So if I don't think I have the possibility of doing that, I have no interest then in throwing my money. So this is Ethereum Classic. We've got some projections that I've already done on that. Oh, and that's right. So look what happened. Prime example, okay? So all of that stuff that I just erased, actually. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. I don't know when the last time I looked at this was, but do you see that I drew a resistance line? Okay, do you see it? Just reappeared. I magically made it reappear. I drew this resistance line who knows how long ago, okay? Probably within the last week or two. So back in September 16th was like a previous high, like a peak. So I'm using that as my last area of developed resistance, meaning that is going to be, for me, the next struggle point of the coin to breach. You got me? Look what happened. Look where price hit and then fell. This is why we do this. This is why we chart. This is a big edge in the market. Take a look. It touched it, it didn't go past it, and it fell back down. And that's to me, that is so beautiful. That's like for me looking at a puzzle and going, I figured out that resistance point. Let's see if we can find it elsewhere. I haven't gone to dog. Dog used to be a big deal. Everybody was hype on the dog train. I know a bunch of people made money, and that's great. Now, if you can see, can you already see that there's resistance lines in there? Okay. Of course we can, DeMarco. I see it says res. Okay, yeah. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. So, let's look. Let's look what happened. Let's get into this guy, okay? All right, let's get a little bit closer, but look at this. So to me, this was our old resistance line. It's actually not touching, but it should be down here. But if I move this across, okay, do you see how price hasn't gone past that? That's resistance. So what you want to happen, you want price to go past it and then bounce off of it. And you want it to do it at least like twice, okay? That right there, the second time, is called confirmation, okay? That means that now this resistance line has now turned into support. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that it's probably not going to fall through that. And if it does go down, that's the line that's going to stop it. It's the opposite of how resistance works. And once you break through resistance, that line that you're broken through becomes support instantly. Well, no, I'm sorry, but not instantly. It only becomes support if it gets the touches. But once you have the touches, that's called confirmation. Once you have confirmation, guess what? You have a new support line. When you have a new support line, you can start placing trade orders because now you know where the new bottom is. Cool, huh? Cool, 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 cool. So as you can see, it of course hasn't gone to the res 3 lines, but it did break res 1. Okay, so this is another way that you can place trades, or how I place trades. Let's get this out of here. So before we had any of this nonsense in here, pretty sure there's a way that I can go back. I've done it a couple times before. I don't want to waste your time. Yeah, so let's just pretend. There we go. I got an idea. Bear with me. Let's just pretend. I can bring this up front, I think. Great. Let's just pretend this is where we are. I can't see. I know there's a way for me to go back in time, but it's okay. So as I was tracking this, okay, where did I get my res line from? Something that previously happened. Well, look what happened eventually. It broke that resistance line, okay? Now, as we're watching it, it's still going up. It got to the second resistance line, but it did not break it. Came back down. Now look, it actually did break here. Okay, so that's important to note because once your new support has been broken, it has now become resistance again, meaning that you now have to retest everything because now price is moving in areas that you don't know where it's going to go. So if so facto, that means you now have to redo everything. It means that you don't have a control anymore. And when you don't have control, you shouldn't be placing orders. So let's pretend it kept going. Now it went back up. Okay, so I don't move these lines. Okay, there's no reason to unless they're, that's still my resistance line. I have no reason to move the resistance line until something else like shows me. In other words, like this could become a potential resistance area here, but I mean, it's like it's kind of like your interpretation. So sure, that could be a resistance line, but to me, it's not much. Let's keep going. All right, so now we started to build more touches and more bounce backs down to support and then continually bouncing, okay? Eventually, it shot back up, but it did not go past the second resistance line, okay? We're going to keep going. And here we are now. We had a double touch top. We could be coming back down to this line, but dog hasn't been doing very much. It's been, kind of chilling. Just like a lot of other coin has. Sorry, it's very hot in my room. You'll have to excuse me. All right, well, guess what, guys? We're 35 minutes in. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll probably do one of these again later on tonight, but I'm really only thinking about doing it if the market seems like worth it. Actually, there seems to be a little bit going on. Everything seems green right now. So what's happening? Oh, I don't know if you guys saw how well Tesla was doing today, but man, oh man, Tesla has been killing it. So here's an example. Here's something cool. Just as we're talking about support and resistance lines, real quick, I drew this because this was a previous all-time high. Guess what? That's where it got to today. That's where it hit. Yeah. So I thought that was cool because now it needs to push through that to go higher. So anyway, guys, that's it for now. We'll have more of these during the week. Sorry it was a boring night, but I hope you learned a little bit about support and resistance. And we'll be making more of these soon, and I hope you guys come and join me. And that's it for now. Peace out.